Thank you so much for the entertainment. Thank you. Let's have another hand clap for the team. I hope you are warmed up. We're not doing badly on time. Our dear directors, I hope you have enjoyed the entertainment that the school has prepared for you. So next on the program, we're going to have testimonials. Mr. Chen, please come and support with your team to bring back the stand. We're going to have 2 testimonials from the cohort 2, cohort 1, so that they tell us how life has been since the induction. How did they find it? We're giving them 5 minutes each to talk to us and also encourage our scholars. Our first one is Shimon. Please come to stage.
Good morning, everyone. Our dear guests, the Equity staff, cohort 1 and cohort 2 members, and my new brothers and sisters, good morning. My name is Atuyambe Shimon from the hills of Kabale district. I love saying I'm a proud Mchiga, and this time round I'm happy to see the new members from Kabale. I'm so impressed. The scholars, what has brought me here is to tell you, you are blessed and so lucky that you've landed onto this opportunity and tell you utilize it. Because I, for one, am a testimony. I know for some of you, from the time they called you, you thought maybe this is calm words, but things are real. There is a lot to enjoy, so feel free and take up every opportunity that comes. So I've benefited a lot from this program. First of all, confidence. I'd never stood before a big audience, so it is this program that has given me the opportunity to do so. Marketing skills. I don't know Mr. Kazawa, but I can say I'm among the best marketers. So please utilize this chance, and it is through marketing that you could stand out as one of the best ambassadors of equity. You've got to have that convincing tongue. Let people open their accounts. You're joining campus. Your first circle of friends, at least they should have accounts in equity. And that's all I began with when I was at campus. I do a Bachelor of Guidance and Counseling. I can't forget to say I'm in my final year. And maybe in December or January, I'll be the people to graduate. I've gained leadership skills. When we joined university, I was serving as a secretary on the committee, and now I serve as the overseer, Chambogo chapter. In these chapters, we're going to do a lot of things. The Vice Chancellor of African Bible Society has said, care for people around you. The give back activities, we get to the community and help the needy. We clean the hospitals. Then when I come to conserving the climate, in Chambogo University, we've planted 600 trees. So, and it all takes unity and cooperation when you're there. Another thing, I would love to urge you, be responsible. I don't take it for granted carrying this brand of such a big bank when you're out there. So what you do and what other people are going to perceive from your actions matters. You know this, we have a challenge with social media. When they're going to address you, they're not going to say some scholar, they'll say maybe some manager of Equity Bank. So we need to be responsible in what we do, and let us focus on our studies. When you're free, for example, me when I'm free at campus, I know this time I don't have a lecture. I'll leave home and get to the community and market, and at least come home with 5 accounts. So let us balance, because through marketing you're going to get commission, and I am a testimony that through commission I've been able to sustain my campus life. I don't get any coin from my dad, so it is commission that has sustained me. So it is a lot to benefit from this program. Finally, I would love to thank Equity Bank for giving me an opportunity. And I believe through this program, my future is still bright. Long live Equity for God and my country.
Hello, everyone. Our chief guests, the Equity staff, and my fellow colleagues, good morning. I am Elijah Daniel, ELP 001, and
I am Aveine Ajuan. I'm cohort 1, ELP, and I'm escorting my colleague.
Okay, to begin with, I would like to take this great opportunity to thank so much Equity Bank for their tremendous service to us, the youth, to us who are still maneuvering with life, opening for us the way, the future that we now dive in. I am from Makerere University, studying Bachelor of Arts with Education, and that is majoring in Literature and English. A former student of Iganga Secondary School. I'm so happy to Equity Bank for the opportunity they gave me, right from the call to join ELP. Of course, at our time, it was something that was not that easy. But joining ELP, I got challenges. I thought by inferiority complex that I wouldn't do anything. First of my visual impairment, I never expected to work in the bank. But through the guidance, through the mentorship that I was given, I was in position to do all these things, work in the bank, work with the paperwork, with the computer, of course with the technology that was there, and as well mentor a lot of people. And I'm so happy that I am among the people mentoring the remaining people as well who are joining us at this time. Through Equity Bank, I've gained a lot. As a person, I've got connection to many people. I've been given platform to as well encourage a number of people, including persons with disability. Who knew that I was going to be here? Who knew that I would work in the bank as well, basing on my disability? And who knew that I was going to be in the university? And who knew that I will graduate in January and among the best? So it's a lot that we can talk, but basically 1,000 words and more are appreciation and gratitude for this opportunity, and so much urging ELP 003 that as you join into the community, as we network together, it is a wider community which will not only serve as monetary gain, it will not also serve as only a social gain, but a future development that starts from now and will loom to the future. Thank you so much.
our cohorts, the current cohort 2.
Distinguished members of the EXCO, Equity Bank Uganda, dignitaries from the group, equity staff, and fellow scholars, good morning. My name is Nayu Kukiriza, and I'm honored to be in front of you as a proud scholar of the Equity Leaders Program, Cohort 2. I'm a student of Makerere University, pursuing a bachelor's in science in software engineering. At the Makerere ELP chapter, I serve as the chairperson Events Organization Committee, where together with a team of very smart individuals, fellow scholars, we oversee the successful execution of the activities Madam Edie was talking about, tree planting initiatives, mentorship sessions, and charity give back activities. Standing here, I do reflect on the past 1 year. I think approximately a year back, we were seated in a hall like this. Mr. Sam Chirubi was commissioning us to go out. And I believe I was putting on a necktie for my first time. But when I reflect on this journey, it is nothing short of remarkable. I've seen a lot of transformation going on in my life, and I've learned a lot thanks to Equity Bank. Together with 112 scholars that we were with in Mukono, we came from very diverse environments, different regions, and we have come to transform into a very closely knit family of the ELP scholars, and it's been an amazing journey to watch. At the moment, even if I know I got a problem, in the first 5 people that I will call, they are people that I met in Mukono, and it means a lot to me. It shows a lot of the family that we have built out of this, courtesy of Equity Bank. We have built communities that are driven by our shared sense of purpose that has been instilled in us by Equity Bank. Transitioning from Mukono to interning in the bank, I've been able to intern at head office, and I've met very smart individuals, very smart, seasoned professionals that have inspired me and go on to guide me in my journey of growth. And it's something that I don't take for granted. We went on, it was a paid internship, and personally I was able to save some money, invested in a business. I do sell computers and laptops and computers accessories. And from that, I've been able to support myself. I can tell you that the last time I think I had to depend on my parents to do something for me is when he was giving me transport to come to Kampala. And I've been able to support myself and actually be able to pay school fees for my siblings also. And that is something I don't take for granted. It's because of Equity Bank. When I witnessed last Sunday as you were being welcomed at Church House, my heart was filled with gratitude and joy that this is actually going on to impact more lives, and it's going on. We thank Equity Bank, and from the transformation that is already taking place from how you were on Sunday and how you look now, you really look beautiful and handsome. It shows that a lot of transformation has taken place from the insights that have been shared. And I believe the world is going to we are on the track to make the world a better place, thanks to Equity Bank. I would want to conclude by thanking the staff that received us well at the branches and where we intern from. Mr. MD, I'm glad to report to you that every time we are there, they refer to us as your children. And we, in the end, transition into their children, and they have been able to guide us very well. I would like to thank all staff from the branches, the big DMs, and finally thank our 2 mothers, both Madam Elizabeth Madam Elizabeth Wahito and Madam Elizabeth Moilinde, they really come through for us every time we need guidance, every time we need support for everything. Thank you, Equity Bank Management, for this platform. And we really promise that we are going to keep the candle burning. And indeed, the future is bright. Thank you so much for God and my country.
Protocol observed and respected. Good morning, team. My name is Musinguzi Alan. I am an Equity Leaders Program scholar from the cohort of 2023. Currently, I'm a student at Chambogo University, pursuing a Bachelor of Engineering in Industrial Engineering and Management. And while at campus, I'm in the serving capacity of the Vice President of the chapter. It has been a year, less than 2 days, when we sat in a room like this, being commissioned. And yesterday, as I was checking my email, I received a message from my drive that was informing me that it's a year ever since we took the first group photos, putting on smart suits and having smiling faces, and it's just today that we're repeating the same thing. As we've been introduced to this program, we have different sections that we are expected to benefit from, and part of that I've earned a lot of experience with is the college counseling. And it's what I'm going to have to share with you today, and I'm honored. Starting from the start, we had to intern at the branches, and while we retired in the evenings, we had to attend Zoom sessions. I had to interact with Zoom for the first time, Google Meets, and other platforms. So at the moment, I can say that I am able to knock virtual doors across the globe and earn whatever that I've knocked the door for. I have, with the guidance of my mentors, school counselors, and teachers, managed to secure several admissions. I've interacted with over 50 global universities. I've applied to around 30 universities from almost every continent on the globe. And it is with great honor that I can introduce to you that I have so far earned 3 spots. The first one was an admission with a global recognition scholarship at the University of Connecticut and the School of Engineering to pursue mechanical engineering. And the other was at Jermaine University in Malaysia to pursue chemical engineering. And the most recent that I received, I think 2 days back, was a short online course that I'm going to start, I think, next week. With Lucy Cavendish College, University of Cambridge, to do with global biodiversity framework, sustainable goals, development goals, laws, and policies. So at the moment, I am pleased and honored to say that I have interacted with the bank. That's not only a bank, but has become a family, and it is for life. And it is with a lot of gratitude that I encourage my fellows, especially those who have just joined us, feel at equity, feel at home, but remember this. The first reason of our selection as scholars was academic merit. And it was the first time that I stood and sat and shared room with over 200 people, all of which have a maximum of 20 points from A level and a minimum of around 18. Those are brilliant minds. We are all brilliant minds, the cream of our nation. But you're facing a stiff competition. You're competing with 200 other scholars who are like-minded, brilliant just as you are, but you need to stand out. So you need to go back to the drawing board and understand what you serve. You're not just a number that is being added to fill up the space. You're someone that is being added for a purpose. So it's not a matter of just coming and celebrating that you are an equity scholar, but it's a matter of standing out. As I rest, I express my sincere gratitude and appreciation to the management of this program, our mother, Madam Wahito, Elizabeth. I can't express what I feel by words. She's more than a mother. She listens and cares. And lastly, I have been informed as I walked here that today we are celebrating the birthday of our second mother. And I want you to join me today to celebrate it with her, because I know the last time we had it, it was, I think, at African Village Hotel. And she joined us, but it was before the commissioning. So it's our great honor that we are sharing this moment of your life, and we are celebrating the new start of a new journey to our new brilliant minds. Thank you. I rest.
Thank you so much for spilling the secret. I didn't want people to know. But let's clap once again for our cohort 1 and cohort 2. I think you can see that your future is bright. So next on the program, and we are trying as much as possible to keep time, because our dear directors here have spared time to stay with us. So may I ask the 5 cohort 3 testimony to come together as we give each other an opportunity to speak. Our dear guests, our directors, and the scholars and people from the staff of the bank, these 5 are representing the team here. They are going to talk about their story and their experience. Then we can go to the speeches of commissioning. Thank you so much. Please proceed.
Thank you. Our guests of honor, members of the Equity Bank Uganda present, members of the Equity Group Foundation Uganda present, members of the Equity Bank Uganda Executive Committee present, members of the Equity Bank Kenya and Equity Group Foundation Kenya present, members of the press present, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. My name is Arafat Abdi, ELP Scholar 2024 Cohort 3. As we gather here today to commission this remarkable Equity Leaders Program 2024 Cohort 3, I stand before you humbled and honored to share the story of a remarkable individual among us, a refugee student whose journey embodies resilience, determination, and the power of education. My family escaped insecurity back home in Somalia, and we came to Uganda in 2013 when I was merely 11 years old. I went to Naki Valley refugee camp. I stayed there since then up to now. Now I'm 22 years old, so I spent in Naki Valley refugee camp almost 11 years. As a refugee student in Uganda, life was tough. When I first arrived, I could hardly speak English, and I was academically challenged. Because the education system here in Uganda is completely different, which made everything harder, but I did not give up. In 2015, I took my primary leaving examination at Kashojua Primary School, and I scored 22 aggregates, Division 2. Very average, but to me it was a lot. Being raised by a single mom even made it more harder. I couldn't continue my education for a whole year because my family could not afford. But I did not lose hope. I eventually enrolled in Naki Valley Secondary School, and I worked hard. In the end, I became the second best student in Naki Valley refugee camp. Window International Uganda, in partnership with UNHCR, recognized my potential and sponsored me to attend Barara High School. With their support, I was able to excel, scoring 20 points in PEM. It was a journey full of challenges, but I never stopped believing in myself. Receiving that call from Madame Elizabeth Wahito was a moment of disbelief, an overwhelming joy. I had a mixed feelings, a feeling of euphoria. That the realization that I, someone who struggled academically, was chosen among the brightest minds in Uganda for Equity Leaders Program filled me with gratitude and a sense of pride in my achievement. It would also serve as a powerful reminder of the potential within me, the potential within you, and the opportunity to learn and grow alongside such talented individuals. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Equity Bank for providing such a transformative opportunity for students across the country. Your commitment to fostering leadership and nurturing talent is truly commendable. I also want to express my sincerest appreciation to our esteemed Managing Director, Mr. Anthony Chituka, whose vision and leadership has guided this program towards excellence. Your dedication to empowering the youth is inspiring, and we are immensely grateful for the unwavering support. I had a chance to interact with him, and he told me that you will change the world. I believe I'm in position to change the world, and you are in position to change the world. I would be remiss not to acknowledge the kindness and generosity of individuals who like us to address them as our mothers. For example, Madame Elizabeth Merinde, Madame Elizabeth Wahito, and Madame Among Barbara, whose contributions have enriched the lives of countless students, including our refugee scholar. Your compassion and empathy have made a lasting impact on our community, and for that we are profoundly grateful. To my fellow scholars, as we reflect on our journey and the invaluable lessons we have learned, let us remember to hold on to hope, integrity, and humility. This opportunity is a testament to your talent, hard work, and potential to achieve greatness. As you navigate through life's challenges, never underestimate the power of perseverance and determination. I feel incredibly grateful for the sense of brotherhood and the valuable time we spent together in the Equity Leaders Program. It's an opportunity to learn, grow, and be inspired by each other's journey and perspective. I look forward to building strong bonds, collaborating on projects, and supporting one another as we strive to make a positive impact in our communities and in Africa, even in world at large. I will always cherish this week in my entire life. This was a breathtaking sunset, a top of a mountain, a tale to tell, etched in my memory. It was a moment of pure awe and serenity. Remember, this program has selected the best and the brightest across the country, and each one of you has the capacity to make a significant difference in the world. So dream big, set ambitious goals, and never lose sight of the incredible potential that lies within you. In closing, let us carry forward the spirit of leadership, equity, and excellence instilled in us through Equity Leaders Program. Together, let us continue to uplift and empower one another, for it is through unity and collective action that we can truly create a bright future for all. Thank you. I remain Arafat Abdi, ELP Scholar Cohort 3. Thank you so much.
Our guest of honor, members of the Equity Bank Uganda Board present, members of the Equity Group Foundation Uganda Board present, members of the Equity Bank Executive Committee present, members of the Equity Bank Kenya and Equity Group Foundation Kenya present, members of the press present, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good morning. My name is Atari Annette. I'm an ELP Scholar Cohort 3, 2024, and I'm here in front of you to share my life experience and the kind of experience you can encounter you as you in your life experience. So my story begins from a humble family in Kazo district that was managed by a single mother. You all know what a single mother means. Where I began my primary level from Burunga Primary School, from primary 1 to primary 7. And I managed to score 21 aggregates. I was then helped by my uncle to join secondary level in Rise and Shine High School in Mbara, if at all one of you knows it. From senior 1 to senior 2, obviously because of being a single mother, and then across all the challenges, raising fees, I had my siblings. We had issues with school fees. So then, because of the determination she had and the desire to see us complete our studies, she didn't sit down and relax. She joined a family friend who helped us to join Nazareth High School, where I completed my senior 4 level, and I managed to score 36 aggregates. So I'm proud of it because amidst all the challenges faced, you know, you can't sit down and settle, but then you manage to score as such. So I'm really grateful. From this level, obviously, the challenges faced and everything, you don't have hopes to continue with your studies. But then I'm really grateful to God, and fortunately, my sister came in at the time I needed her. So she helped me join Makerere College School, if at all any of you knows it, the Mlawa campus, the A-level campus, where I joined from senior 5 to senior 6, and I completed it with 20 points. I know in this journey, like when you score 36, you're demoralized and all that, but then if you're determined, you're focused, I guess you can get it out of it. I therefore take this golden opportunity at the moment to thank the Equity Group Foundation for having invited me to join the Equity Leaders Program 2024. And it's through this program we have all been here for a whole week. We have gained a lot of experience, teamwork, confidence to stand in front of people, mentoring. Several leaders have been standing in front of us, addressing us, career training, and all that. We have gained a lot of experience out of it. We are really grateful. We hope to transform lives, give dignity, expand opportunities for wealth creation together. Thank you for listening, and may God bless you. I'm Atari Annette, an ELP Scholar, Cohort 3, 2024.
Our guests of honor, the members of the Equity Bank Uganda Board present, the Equity Group Foundation Board members present, the Equity Bank Uganda Executive Committee members, Equity Bank Uganda and Kenya Group Foundation, the members of the press present, distinguished guests, good morning. I'm Honorable James Williams from Ajimani District. First time in Kampala. I guess it's an experience. This was how my education journey was. It was progressive in that I started my nursery, primary, and secondary from Ajimani District, where I got aggregate 30. Though being from a humble background, a financially challenging family, I managed to push through, and that posed me a threat that I paused a bit in my destinations, but it never stopped me until I got an opportunity from just refugee services in a scholarship that brought me to A level in Oche Campion Jesus College, Gulu, where I got resilient and pushed through. So, I imagine the call that I got from Equity Bank in an afternoon where I was at home. That was a special and extraordinary opportunity that I had, that I was called to participate and join the ELP scholars in 2024. It made me feel special and extraordinary that I was one of the best students in my district. This made me realize my worthiness, and I discovered my potential to achieve my goals because I was confident. For the past 1 week that I've been here, it has been a time of great discovery and a time of great listening, in that in spite of the challenges that I have in life, as being disabled and all that, knowing I could be among people of this kind. Listening to people and inspirational people like Elizabeth Naiga and Benon, who inspired people about entrepreneurship mindset and leadership, motivation, and also transforming the world. So I have really learned a lot, and I have learned to overcome the challenges in life that have really made me to feel I can make it. So I look forward to joining the college counseling and also joining the Global University. As I conclude to the ELP scholars, cohort 3 scholars, I would like to leave us with a few words as they commission us and flag us to the different branches today. We should learn to respect each other. We devote to the different duties and responsibilities that we are going to be assigned to. Let us remain dedicated and also remain disciplined in whatever we're going to do to be able to achieve the successes and targets that Equity Bank has set in their work plans. I therefore take this opportunity once again to thank the Equity branch and the Equity family for giving us hope and treating us kindly in order to transform the community socially and economically. Thanks.
Our guest of honor, members of the Equity Board present, members of the Equity Group Foundation Uganda present, members of the Equity Bank Uganda Executive Committee present, members of the Equity Bank Kenya and Equity Group Foundation Kenya present, members of the press present, our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a good morning. One of the great people I know usually told me that class attracts class. And I think we can all agree right now that equity is class. And I believe me being given such an opportunity, being attracted to Equity Bank, I think I'm becoming class. My name is Muteri Daniels, an ELP cohort 3 scholar, and I'm very happy to stand before you on this auspicious day. A few days back, one of our chaplains raised 2 questions about what had excited us the most and what we would do better if we had repeated Form 6. And for me personally, growing up from the ghetto in a family of over 15 people, rising through the ranks, starting my education in a UPE school, I can tell you that this is the best experience I've gotten in my life. And any other chance I could get in Form 6, or even in my community, I'll go back and try to help as many more people as I can, people of my age, to achieve what it takes to stand here at the fountain of knowledge I testify. At Equity here, I've gotten a chance to interact with a number of knowledge ambassadors, and for whom I've learned invaluable lessons. And I can tell you everything I'm going to speak from now, I've learned it from Equity. It is from here that I've learned that vision is not what we see, what lies in front of us, but where we see ourselves. I can tell you, I've started seeing myself somewhere. I've also come to realize that the peak of the mountain that lies ahead of us is not the limit. It's not the limit from where we can have a clear vision of our lives. I want to thank Equity Bank for my fear is no longer reaching heights, but falling from the stars they have placed me. Naive I was coming here, I thought of very many things coming here. I know people from the ghetto know me, and they are proud watching me right now. Hi. Your boy has made it. And all my life, I've looked back at my humble background for motivation. But because my vision was blurry, I had no inspiration, I can tell you. But as I speak right now, with the values I've received from this place, when I look ahead, I see equity, the vision, the purpose, I can tell you. Thanks to Equity Bank again, once again, for I came to this place on foot. I left home on foot, by the way, but I'm going back flying. Thank you. For the time I've been here, Equity has made me come into realization that I'm not just any other part of the population, but the change my people badly need. Despite our academic genius, all of us, Equity still saw training as a concrete requirement to make better leaders in us. Equity has taught me again that the legacy of a leader is training leaders. And I can tell you, you have earned yourself a legacy, grooming great leaders, one in me, a boy from the ghetto. I've been well groomed here. As you can see me, I look good. I believe I look good. I've been well groomed. Everything has been very fantastic. So take a look now, as you can still see me, because tomorrow you won't. Because tomorrow you won't. You just have to sit at the back of your living room when the years turn your vision dim and gray, and with the tired wrinkles in your faces, watch with pride the great leaders I will become tomorrow. I can only thank you better, becoming the leader you intended me to be. I know there's a lot still more to do, but my sincere appreciation will be me becoming the leader you wanted me to be. I'm very grateful to Equity Bank, because this is something I will tell my kids, that when a chance was given to me, I try to inspire all my people. I might be inspiring everyone here, but I know the people watching me, the majority of the people I know from the ghetto, they are being inspired because they know they are kids. I've been there. I've been playing on their streets. I know that right now, I've just taken my first flight to go change my world. Thank you, Equity Bank Uganda. I will live to glorify the name of the Lord for this opportunity.
Our guest of honor, members of the Equity Bank Uganda board present, members of the Equity Group Foundation Uganda present, members of the Equity Bank Uganda Executive Committee present, members of the Equity Bank Kenya and Equity Group Foundation Kenya present, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, greetings. My name is Masi Karina, an ELP scholar cohort 3, and I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity availed to me to speak before you all. I'll start with a quote by Stephanie Bennett, Life is tough, my darling, but so are you. Indeed, life has not been a straight path for me. To be honest, I had 2 chances at A level, but the first was not a good one, I would say. It was a disappointment and a setback for my family and I. Yes, I failed at it, and I had to sit down and take in that disappointment like I had never failed in my life. P7, 5 aggregates, senior 4, 14 aggregates, and then senior 6, I get 7 points. Oh my God, that was really, really a big disappointment to me. I had to sit back and think about what I wanted in life. Honestly, I wanted to be a lawyer, and I still want to be a lawyer, but the first chance I had at A level, I did BCM, and to be honest, it wasn't my passion. Yes, so I had to sit down and think, what do I want for myself? What change do I want to see in the world? And I had to take it upon myself to go back to A level and give it another try. I go back, and honestly, I was supposed to do senior 5 and senior 6 again. First class, my tutor is like, you're an intelligent woman. Do you think you can do senior 6 exams this year? And I love taking on challenges, so it's like, let's give it a try. So these people take me through the syllabus, and obviously the biggest work was mine, to get on board and see what I could do for myself. And the 8 months journey was not an easy one. It was all about resilience and putting God first, I should say. After the 8 months and release of results is here, I was happy to receive the 20 points that I had really worked for. And I was really grateful to the Lord for, it's not that easy. People do 2 years and, get the 7 points that I got in the first place. But then I do 8 months and then get 20 points. Like, that's so unbelievable. Yes. I'm really, really glad that my sweat paid off with the 20 points. Well, I'll get another quote again. A writer said, you only lose the chances you do not take. You only lose the chances you do not take. And I'm delighted to have taken this chance availed to me by Equity. I received that call from Miss Elizabeth Wahito, and I'm glad I didn't turn it down, because it's now transforming my life. I can see a better me come 5 years from now, come 10 years from now, come 20 years from now. And I'll be proud to say that the transformed me that you see is a result of Equity Leaders Program. From the start, it has really been an informative and illuminating experience, having the speakers come talk to us and inspire us as young children and as youths of this country and the world. We look forward to being the great leaders that you really have sown, because I believe this is a seed you're sowing, and we are not going to let you down. I'm really grateful for the treatment we've received here. It's really inexplicable, I should say. Top notch. Yes. I therefore want to extend my sincere gratitude to the Equity Fraternity for the opportunities that are opening up for the world. Because when you seed in us the leaders that you want us to be, then you're opening opportunities for the people in the communities. I will conclude with a question to all of us. Who is equity? What is equity? Think about it. Well, personally, I believe we are equity. We are equity. Like, we make equity equity. And now, as we are part of the Equity family, we are surely going to transform lives, give dignity, and expand opportunities for wealth creation in our communities, in the country, and Africa at large, I believe worldwide. Yes, thank you so much. I remain Masika Rina, a student, an ELP scholar, cohort 3, 2024. Thank you so much.
I'm going to ask you to stay here. This time the MD will give you the vote of thanks. Managing Director, please honor these testimonials. Clap for him as he comes.
Okay. Those of you who know me, my favorite Luganda word is Obugalo. So Obugalo. Evidently, you can see what transformation is. When I started here, I told you that Equity is not just a bank. We are really a movement for socio-economic transformation. And that transformation begins with us and with our young people. As I sit there, I was sitting next to my friend Elizabeth over here, and she was spending all your money crying. That the cry is tears of joy. Because we see, as somebody said, I think Dr. Pitt said it, we are looking at the future. I am humbled to be a colleague, not an MD, but a colleague to all these young men and women over here. Obugalo for them, brilliant speeches. Arafat, I told him he'll change the world, and he has already begun changing the world. Brilliant speech from him. Annette, humble background, very confident in speech. Now, a week ago, maybe they couldn't have done what they've done now. But you can see that journey has begun. My friend James over here, despite any physical challenge, despite any challenge from where he comes from, confident in speech, already seeing that he can impact the world because he has overcome so many adversities so far. Now he's on a platform to fly. Eric Daniels Mutevi, the man from the ghetto. This one I'm worried about. He looks like a politician. But you can see the poise. You can see the confidence. You can see the ability to see that he can actually move things and move the needle. Lastly, our dynamic small dynamite, Rina Masika. Rina, eloquent in speech, confident, clear that she will make impact. I believe they are just a representation of cohort 3. So, in my own special way, I want to thank you for being confident. You're extremely smart, and you truly are Equity. Thank you very much. You can have your seats. Obugalo for them. I also want to thank my alumni. Shimon is one of my favorite people because she was the smallest, loudest person in cohort 1. And she's now even the smallest, loudest person here. And what that tells me is it's not about size, it's not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the fight in the dog. And Shimon, very proud of you. And I am told you're getting a first class, so stick there. That will be evidence of what we're doing. You're going to become a very good example of what we're doing. My friend Daniel Elijah, sorry. Daniel continues to he defies gravity. Despite any impediment, he continues to show the world that you don't have to be 100% there to be 100% there. You continue to inspire us. I see you, I've seen videos of you in the branch working on computers, giving advice, and encouraging people with any sort of disability that you can still have an impact. So continue shining your light. Do not give up, continue. And where's your bodyguard? Your friend, that guy, this gentleman, he was with him from day 1 in cohort 1. That is true friendship, that is Equity. Everywhere he goes is there. The men in green, the 2 men from cohort 2, I watched you all smart, confident, eloquent, determined, clear in your goals and ambitions. And if that's what the future of Uganda is like, we're in safe hands. I think we will definitely. I keep telling you, you don't need many people. Coalition of the willing few will change the world. Coalition of the willing few will change the world. And everybody else will follow. You will champion, you will trailblaze, you will lead, you will inspire, you will show the way. So don't worry about your age, don't worry about where you come from, focus on that. With those remarks, I've stopped with the thanksgiving and appreciation. Let me just go into what my job is today. I spoke to the cohort on the first day, and as I watch you now and prepare to commission you, I can't say I am humbled, I am honored, I'm emotional because I can see, as Dr. Pitts says, I can see as clear as I can see you. I can see the future. I can see great men and women who, whichever sphere of life they walk into, whichever part of the world they enter, will not only be bright lights or sparks of innovation, they will be the ones who ensure that if there's a problem, they are going to be the ones to fix it. If there's a challenge, they will be the ones running towards the fire, not away from it. If there's any saving to be done, they will be the ones suiting up in the equity colors to go and save, to go and fix. And if we can continue building this army, I believe we'll be absolutely successful. A friend of mine, Vusi, keeps saying that talent is what God has given you. What you do with it is what you give back to Him. You have talent. We want you to now add hard work to that talent. We want you to add resilience, and some of you use those words, resilience. We want you to add persistence. We want you to add commitment. We want you to add consistency. We want you to add excellence. And you will be the world changers you were born to be. All we're doing is giving you a platform. At this juncture, I want to call up a few people so I can make a few comments. I want the branch managers and the regional managers who are in the room to join me on the stage very quickly. Okay, to the cohorts, these are the people now who will be looking after you. These are the business growth and development managers who will be guiding your path. Some are regional managers, meaning they look after several branches. Others are branch leads. As you leave, when you come back after your short break, you'll be assigned to a branch. In that branch, for the next 3 weeks or so, is it 3 weeks? 3 weeks, 3 months. The next 3 months, you will be taught, you'll be working. And it's not for free, you will be paid. Some of you will see money you've never seen in your lives. And it could be your money, it's customers' money, so don't steal it. You will soon understand the responsibilities that come with being an adult, that come with being somebody entrusted with people's dreams and hopes. And these are going to be your guides as you begin this journey. I've brought them here so you can see just some of them representing. A few are still, Saturday is a working day, so some are still at work. But these men and women will be the ones guiding you. To my team, as you know, we are entrusting you with the future. We are entrusting you to shape them to the best they can be, the way you were shaped at some point, the way you've done very well with cohort 1 and cohort 2. We want you to ensure that you treat them not only as your children, but as the precious treasures. I'm picking a word from Dr. Pitt here, that they are. I am told they are full of energy, they have ideas. Listen to them as we always do. You saw in their skit. We have to Lavika. Ensure they're protected. We know the world can be ugly, but they are your responsibility. They are your responsibility. Do not let us down. Don't let them down. I want to ensure that, I want to hope, and you commit that you will do so. If you do so, say aye. Aye. Thank you very much. You can go. The next group I want to invite are the EXCO members who are here. EXCO. I know that the rest of the EXCO, we have a meeting, we have our SACCO meeting going at the same time, staff SACCO, so some are there. Of course, Elizabeth is here. She forgot herself. Here she's the mother, but she's our mother. Okay, you can see gender mix is a problem here today, but that's okay. Big is big. To my EXCO team, it's fantastic that the people who are here today, we have our head of human resources, Kevin, Obogal for Kevin. We have our customer experience champion and lead, Jael, Obogal for Jael. And we have the birthday girl herself, our director, public sector and social investment, Mama Equity Scholars, Elizabeth, Obogal for Elizabeth. To my EXCO team again, we are responsible for the direction, for ensuring that the vision of the organization, the mission is achieved, the vision is attained, the goals are sustained. And to the EXCO team on behalf of the rest, I want you to commit that we'll continue with this program. We'll continue driving, I have echo here. We'll continue driving performance. We'll continue pushing the ship both ways, commercial and social. We'll continue empowering everybody here to do their best and be their best. I want to thank you for what you have done for the last 2 years. I want to thank you for, on behalf of the rest of EXCO, for spending time mentoring. I know it's a busy week, but all of you came. You all spared time to pour out your souls into these young people. That is truly legacy. That is truly giving back. That is what we do at Equity. That is who we are. I want to thank you most sincerely, and by acclamation, I hope you confirm that we will keep doing this nera nera. If you agree, say aye. Aye. You may go. Lastly, there's a whole crew of people. These are going to be a bit many. There are people who are behind the scenes. You don't see them, but they are there. They're the ones who organize all these things. They make sure that the process is going on well. They care about the kids' logistics, movement, and so on. So the team which is organizing this, the ELP core team, I'm talking about the Maggies, the Kazovas, Mr. Ocheng over there, Elizabeth Wahito, that whole crew, Nelson, Kazova, anybody who I haven't mentioned, please come. Constance, Barbara, as I see you, I'll mention you. Some of you are hiding, but come. Yes. Now, Obugalo for this team, Obugalo for this team. No, that Obugalo is for an LC1 chairman. Obugalo for this team. This team works tirelessly. From the time the results come out, to selection, to ensuring everything is working. They identify the place we're going to operate in, they make the contacts, they find you. They find you, they move you to location, they make sure everything is working. This team does not sleep because of you. They are dedicated to you, and you're strangers to them. To them, you're strangers. But they sweat, they cry, they bleed for you. This is equity. Why do we do that? Why do they do that? Because they believe. They believe in the vision, they believe in the mission, they are inspired, they live the values. And they know that we don't do anything halfway. They hope that they can inspire you by their example because they believe in you as the future. They're not being paid extra for this. They do this because of passion. They do this because they can see, oh, there's now a bunch of people. Yes, I don't want to leave anybody behind because some of them they were in the kitchen over there making sure things are okay. This team, these are our warriors. I hope that they have exhibited and demonstrated what can be done if you are committed. But they are investing in you. They are cohorts, they are investing in you. The way you can repay them is what my ghetto man friend said. Eric Daniels, he said, he wants us to look back when we are old and see the stars that you have become. We will actually take pride in that. It won't be the salaries we are getting. We will see the world changes. The Arafat Abdis, when they're on global stages, from a humble background in a refugee camp or refugee settlement in Nachi Valley. And you're out in University of Pennsylvania, or you're out in Columbia or Harvard or Yale or Cape Town or University of Nairobi, changing the world. One of these young men, I'm told, has done an innovation for us. You are actually changing the world. That is how you repay these people. So with this team, there's not about pledging because you have executed. You have done very well. I'm very proud of you. Thank you very much. So Obugalo for them as well. Okay. That being done, of course, lastly, I want to thank the press, the media, and the team, and the people on the sound team and so on. Thank you very much. You are helping us broadcast this message and tell people that equity is doing things beyond just banking. We are focusing on changing the world. Of course, I want to again repeat my thanks to Dr. Pitts and African Bible University for being fantastic hosts. It's very likely we'll be back here. Thank you so much for that. In a very special way, I want to acknowledge and thank our group CEO, Dr. James Mwangi. He is the executive chairman of the Equity Group Foundation. It is part of his vision and dream that has helped us start this program. My immediate boss, Mr. Sam Kirubi, was ELP 001 in 1998. That program has created greatness and impact, meaning, as somebody said, the top of the mountain is not the limit. It is the view from which you see greatness. So we want to thank Dr. Mwangi and the team. We want to thank the team from Nairobi and group, which helps us with all sorts of coordination and things. And we do hope that as we grow this program across the region, we will start seeing the benefits. With those many words, and I'm very conscious of the time because at Equity we keep time, I want to conclude and thank all of you for accepting the invitation. Thank all of you for learning in the first week of induction. But I am more excited about what's going to happen next. What comes next? I'm excited as you redeem time. I'm excited as you help us open accounts, as you help us transform lives, as you help us change the way things are to the way they should be. It is therefore my singular honor and pleasure to invite one of our board directors, a person who has helped us a lot during these last few weeks. He is an entrepreneur. He is a seasoned professional. He is a strong character. And I believe when he speaks to you, you'll understand why. It's my pleasure and honor to invite Director Paul Sine to speak to the cohort. We'll go for Paul as he comes.
Good morning. Good morning. I wondered who Anthony was talking about, but then I realized maybe it might be me. Allow me to observe all protocols. Protocols have been mentioned, they have been observed. I'm really excited to be here because of what I have heard and what I have seen. If the 5 who are here were a sample, I can imagine the rest of you are simply powerful. So give yourselves a hand of applause. I am confident that this program and what you have liked will take you over and beyond. As you know, Equity Bank is on a journey. We have the Africa Recovery and Resilience Plan, and young people like you are testament to the work and the human resource that is in the pipeline ready to carry this journey forward. You are brave and you are bold. Your stories show that you not only are ready to strike the iron when it is hot, but you are ready to make the iron hot by striking. Indeed, always put your best foot forward and success will follow. Remember where you have come from. Remember the families that have brought you here. Remember the hard work that you have done, and always remember God above is there for you. He made you the best he could have ever made you, and he made you for a purpose, and that purpose is to serve humanity, and like Equity Bank with which you're associated, to transform lives. This program is what we call the social engine. From the board, we are a financial institution, but we have a social engine, and this program is part of the social engine that feeds into the finance aspirations and objectives of Equity Bank. I will come to the group, to Equity Bank later, but I'll tell you about the foundation, which is a non-profit making Foundation, established in 2008 as the social arm of the group. Through financial and technological innovations, we support Africans by providing the finest education and career opportunities. The foundation offers those looking for growth opportunities such as youth, women, and entrepreneurs a powerful methodology that sources the finest talent and intellectual capital, leveraging our group's infrastructure. And you are testament to that from your various backgrounds, refugee camps, single mothers. That shows that the breadth and spread of where we source talent like you from is nationwide and cross-sector, cross-background, representing what are actually our customers, the lives we seek as a bank to transform. In September 2020, the Equity Group Holdings Group Managing Director and CEO, as well as Executive Chairman, Equity Group Foundation, Dr. James Mwangi, won the coveted and prestigious Oslo Business for Peace Award. This award is also described as the Nobel Prize for Business. It is conferred annually to exceptional individuals who exemplify their outstanding business-worthy initiatives ethically by creating economic and societal value. We have all seen and heard about the various stories of economic and social impact that the Equity Leadership Program Uganda has brought to past graduates, cohorts 1 and 2. Apart from this leadership program, the Equity Group Foundation is also involved in other socially and economically empowered activities in health through Equity Afya, a network of franchise medical outpatient centers in Kenya. In energy and environment, the Equity Group addresses the challenges faced in developing nations by increasing awareness of the benefits of clean energy for cooking and lighting. Equity Group Foundation has distributed over 500,000 energy products, benefiting an estimated 2 million plus individuals and households. In food and agriculture, the Equity Group Foundation's agriculture program has supported small-scale peasant farmers, transforming them into agribusiness entrepreneurs. Over 4 million farmers have been supported in this regard. In enterprise and development and financial inclusion, over 600,000 micro, small and medium entrepreneurs have received mentorship and entrepreneurship training, providing access to financial services to low-income entrepreneurs. In social protection, Equity Group Foundation utilizes the Equity Group payment system and continues to provide cash transfer programs while at the same time leveraging on innovative delivery models that co-create enrollment and payment solutions for elderly persons, orphans, persons with disabilities in arid and semi-arid areas. Now back to our graduates. According to the United Nations Population Fund, Uganda office, Uganda's annual population growth is 3%, meaning 1.2 million Ugandans are born every year. 35% of Uganda's population are adolescents with similar sex distribution. Our estimates show that with the increasing health and benefits in the country today, many of you will live up to 100 years because the quality of life, the health is improving. So actually, you young men and women in this room will live up to 100 years. I might live, God willing, maybe 80 or so, but your age group, statistics are showing that you are going to live up to 100 years. What does this mean? It is a challenge to you. You really must transform the world in which you live to make sure that when you're 100 years, the world will be able not only will you be able to look after yourself, but the world will be able to look after you. And this is the challenge we set before you today. It is good, you've worked hard, you've passed your exams, you've joined the program, but as you've all been saying, look forward. But I want to put there that dot in the sky for you. Look forward to what life will be when you are 100 years old. Who will be around you? What will be your state of health? What will be the state of your finances? And that is what you must think of, and that should give you the passion and inspiration to transform lives today, because it won't happen unless you put in that deliberate effort to work and make sure that we are building an Africa that is resilient, an Africa that is powerful, an Africa that will take its place on the seat of nations. So clap for yourselves. Because you are the leaders of tomorrow, you've been told, but you're the leaders that are going to live a long time, based on what you do now, based on the social engine of which you're a part of, based on the bank in which you have placed your hopes, and the bank that is walking this journey from where it has got you from to where you are going to go. So that is the challenge for you. And this challenge is not new. In generations past, people have faced similar challenges. I'll pick a few examples from the Bible. We had Ruth, a leader who put herself before others. She faced heartbreak when her husband, father-in-law, and brother-in-law all died within a short period. And she was left just with her mother-in-law and sister-in-law. Amid the tragedy, her sister-in-law saw that Ruth was young and had the potential to live a happy life. So she encouraged her to leave and remarry. While Oprah chose to leave, Ruth stayed loyal to her mother-in-law and stuck by her side. She recognized that if she left, Naomi would have a very difficult time living in poverty. Though Ruth knew if she left, she could remarry and live the life she wanted, she chose to put Naomi first by staying and working hard to provide for her. Ruth showed true leadership by looking at the bigger picture and seeing how she could serve others beyond self. The person you serve today could be the person who will liberate you in the future, or maybe liberate your children or your grandchildren or your great-great-grandchildren, since as I've challenged you, you're going to live up to 100 years. Finally, to the graduates of the Equity Leadership Program Uganda 2024, Cohort 3, do not wait to be appointed a leader to act like one. Lead where you are. Use your positions in whatever situations you are found in your society, and when you start to work at our branches, please make a difference. This week you have been taught on how to be a leader and stand out, so I won't go into more details. I encourage you, and I thank the team that has put all this together. Do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. It's the most quoted part of the Bible. Those words are, do not be afraid, the world is before you, and I'm sure you're going to make it. Give yourselves a round of applause. I would now like to take this opportunity to invite the guest of honor today, Dr. Sam Bwaya, who I've known from the Equity Group Foundation, to come and address you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Equity Bank Uganda, and that's all the way from the board. We have management, we have the EXCO, we saw the regional branch managers. Equity Group Foundation, by the way, the group foundation, the work of the foundation is done through the bank. So sometimes when you talk about Equity Group and then the bank, the two, as we say, they are twin engines. So all our work is interconnected. And as a foundation, we are really thankful for the effort of every member, every staff of the bank, because you are doing what we should be doing outside there. So we thank you very, very much. Now today, the Equity Group Foundation board chair was supposed to be the one here, Dr. Mwangi, commissioning this launch. And I'm privileged to be standing in his position. As I was sitting there, of course, I've been listening to what has been happening, and I was quite tearful myself, and I'll explain why in a minute. But let's continue with the protocol. We have our alumni, the Equity Leaders Program alumni. All the way we have cohorts 1, 2, and we are now adding 3. Members of the press, distinguished guests, our hosts, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. Good morning again. Now, the Australians go a step better than us, I think. For them, they say, good day. Good day. Good day. They are not distinguishing between morning, afternoon, and so on. You say one, and that covers the whole day. Now, I've been listening to people who have been applying for entrance to different universities, and I hope that some of you will apply to Australia as well. They have good universities there, a good number in the top 100 universities across the world. And so next time we come, you'll be the one saying good day to me. Now, as I was explaining, as I was sitting there, I was quite emotional because I sit on the Equity Group Foundation board, not representing Uganda. The board does not have country representatives. Actually, when I joined the group board, I was the first non-Kenyan on the board. At that time, the board was made up of Kenyan nationals. It has been expanded now and has representation from really quite a wide base. But I'll tell you, during the meetings, when we go through the pillars, we then go through what is happening in each country. And my board chair will always ask Sam, Uganda, look at Uganda. Look at these numbers. Look at these numbers. And there are sometimes when I feel a little bit small because our numbers were quite small. But I've been sitting here and I'm looking at you and I'm saying, wow, you are making me proud. And when I go for the next meeting, I am going to be very proud of what is happening here. I was listening to what you've done across the whole week. You've summarized it up in the video clips. You've given us testimonies. And I was saying, something good is happening here. Something very good is happening here. Now, one of the young ladies who came, we have poets in here, and there was that poem, and the message was, what does it take to change the world? And she said it is a few heroes. And I'm seeing those heroes sitting right in front of me. All of you, all of you, all of you. What does it take? How many disciples did Jesus have? And that has changed the world for these centuries. How many? 12, just 12. Already, in terms of the ELP leaders, we're already well over 300. Look, and the numbers will be going up. You could say, but Jesus was God. So maybe he didn't need many people. But we have great testimonies of very few people who have changed the world. We have Rotarians in this house. Yes, Rotarians, Rotaractors, and you know, Rotary was started by just 5 people, and it has grown and grown and grown. So when we have over 300 people, we know our future is in good hands. Now, Paul, you were talking about transforming lives, and for you think 80 years. For me, I had better stay around for much, much longer. Elizabeth was mentioning about my passion for the environment, and I've just planted ebony trees whose lives with a lifespan of 500 years, but they mature at 200 years. And I've just planted them now. They grow, is it 1.5 inches a year? I had better be around to let people know how precious these trees are, because if I go, somebody after 50 years or even 100 years, they think, these trees have been here since our grandfather's age, and I'll be cutting them. But even if I weren't around physically, now I have people that I can pass that message on. People who are going to look at my ebony trees, and they will pass this message over and over and over, and now they stand a chance because of people like you. That as you've come through this program, you are looking at what is good for us, what is good for humanity, and that you are going to propagate this message beyond just my life time. I have learned a lot this morning, and I hope you too have learned. They tell us that knowledge is not just listening and knowing, it's the application. And I hope when you go back, you are going to apply the things that you've learned this week, and that we've been learning through the people that have come on this stage. Whoever has come here, VC, you're talking about pearls of wisdom. Everyone who has been coming here. You know, on the program, there was something about entertainment. And it wasn't just entertainment. There was something to learn. We've learned from the skit, lots of valuable things through that skit. And thank you, those people who came here to teach us. And I hope each one of you took something out from you. We've learned from the testimonies. Everyone who spoke here, they poured their hearts out, and we want to thank you. Now, some of you are going to say, but what of the dances? What did we learn from the dances, and what can we take back? You may have heard what they talk about, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Even something like that, there is a lot that is teaching us. We may not all eventually come on this stage one day to dance like the people that came up here to dance. Actually, Elizabeth came to me and said, when the Kadodi was playing, would you like to go and dance? And I was saying, now, old bones. Maybe sometime back, I could have tried that. But Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said this: if you've been called to be a street sweeper, sweep the street even as much as Michelangelo painted, as much as Shakespeare wrote poetry and Beethoven composed music, that the angels in heaven will say, there lived a street sweeper who knows how to do their work well. And so that calls upon each one of us. Whatever we are doing, we may not end up being great and polished dancers like the people who came on the stage. But whatever we do, wherever we are going to be, let us do it well. So even in a circumstance like that, there's something that it teaches us. It's telling us to aim for excellence. It's telling us to aim for excellence. I would like first of all to appreciate cohort 1. These are the people who took the torch, set the pace, and they've shown us the path, haven't you? Please, let's thank cohort 1. Cohort 3, you do not have an excuse of saying, we don't know what to do. They've already shown out the trouble spots, the challenges, where it is slippery, where it is rocky. Now you know. Now you know. You know, when you have the first cohort, it's a big challenge for them. They don't have anything to go by. They could set a very low performance bar, and that is going to be a big challenge. But they have set such a great bar. Look, we are hearing about first class coming up. So now, cohort 3, what excuse do you have? They've shown that you can work, you can read, and you can work, and you can sustain yourself. Look, she told us from Kabale, marketing, she's told us even now, she still gets her commission. She is a great marketer. What excuse do we have for not working that hard? Cohort 2, thank you for keeping the pace, because if you had slipped, if cohort 1 had slipped, we would say, let's give them another chance. If cohort 2 had slipped, I would say this program doesn't work. But cohort 2 has done a great job too. And so this program continues, so we'd like to honor the teams that came before us. Thank you very much. Now, so, as we launch cohort 3, you are the third cohort. Understand, 103 young people joining a network, not only here in Uganda, but across the Equity Fraternity. 8,800 Equity Young Program alumni who went through the paid internship program, which you are joining, from Uganda, from DRC, from Rwanda, and from Kenya. And that is now spread across Africa and globally. In Uganda, so already we had about 217. We're now going to we are given the numbers 319 altogether that are going through this program and making impact across the entire country. I was happy to know that the leaders here, the cohort, is selected from all the districts where Equity has a branch. So we are not talking about some people being left out. Where Equity has a branch, that there's a representation here. Thank you very much, Equity Bank Uganda. So as you participate in this program, you will be equipped through experiential learning and mentorship to be leaders poised to bring innovative solutions to the African continent through value-driven leadership. Director Paul has just explained in great detail the work of the foundation, and has also talked about the resilience, recovery and resilience program. So our sites are not just local. Our sites are not only regional, continental-wide, but ultimately global. Now, as you transition through this very, very critical stage of your life, and again, as it has been pointed out, there are going to be things that you are going to meet that you hadn't experienced before. You have been under your parents and guardians who have looked after you. You are now going to be on your own, venturing. And they talked about the money that can be a blessing, but could also be quite a challenge. So lots of things. So this is what the foundation would like you to reflect on this afternoon. 4 things. First, value time. Value time. Value time. The Vice Chancellor came here and said, redeem time. Value time. Time is the key to productivity and eventually making money. Value time more than you value money, because when you value time, you'll end up even making a lot more money. As young leaders, given the great responsibility of interning at Equity Bank, good use of your time will reflect on how much you learn from your mentors. And believe me, you have so many mentors all willing to support you, all willing to help. The MD told you even at his level his office is open. You can walk in any minute. Now, the Vice Chancellor here for this university said the same thing. And so you can't say, we didn't have anyone to help us. It's probably going to be you not seeking help rather